Ahoy, shipmates! What a horrible day out there. Look at it. Horrible, horrible weather. Misty, murky, windy. Not even that warm. I mean, it's not cold, but it's not really warm. Let's have a look. Today, shipmates, we have 3 ships departing. In fact, the Sky Princess was due to depart at 4. She's actually on the move already. We can have a look at the map. There we go. Sky Princess is just coming past Mayflower Park. In fact, about where she is at the moment, where her bow is at the moment, is where I lost my drone this morning. I was out droning the Disney Dream as she arrived in port. It's all going quite well. 15 minutes into the flight. Had some good pictures, some lovely clouds this morning. It's looking really good. And then for some reason there was a quick error message popped up and the drone went down, headed straight for the water. Splosh. Gone. Oh well. There was a company some while ago who wanted to sponsor the channel with a drone, underwater drone, submarine drone. I have a feeling I should have taken them up on their sponsorship. Anyway, enough about my drone woes. No, ahoy, shipmates, again. Let's go away. I need to make that more sophisticated, I think. So as you can see on cruise cam, visibility is somewhat limited. We have the Sky Princess is on her way. Disney Dream is also going to be tugged out as well. And then Iona will be at 5:45, which is unusual. As you can see, cool. From Netley Cam, look at that water out there. Awful. Over in Cowes, we had the Fastnet race start this afternoon and this morning. Can't see much over there. Let's have a look on Itchin. Pretty horrible looking. Got some very brave boaters out there. I personally don't like boating in the rain myself. It tends to dilute the gin and tonic. Or the rum, of course. So let's have a look. Let's have a look at the weather. Alrighty, here we go. This is the problem. Look at this. We've got wind gusting to 33 knots and a wind speed of 24. It's slowly been building during the day. Only 15 degrees. You know, I suppose this is a British summer, isn't it? That's typical weather for a British summer. And that is why we have the tugs in action today. Let's have a quick, I'll just go back to the map. We can see, here we go. So you can see the tugs. We've got Sky Princess here, but we've also got the Spitzer Eastern, Spitzer Mercurius, and Spitzer Hearty with Lomax and Spitzer Ferriby on the Disney Dream. Let's go back. I'll go back to cruise cam. I think we might be getting a. I was going to use Netley Cam because normally I see use Netley Cam, but I think Netley Cam. So I've got Netley Cam. There's a cruise ship there somewhere. Where exactly we don't know. Not ideal weather. We also had one innovation arrive this morning. Unfortunately I lost my drone before that, so couldn't drone one innovation, but I went and got a camera instead and filmed her coming in, and then got wet as well. Generally not a very satisfying day. Hang on, what's going on here? And also cruise cam is playing up today as well. Cruise cam. What's back with you? It's just one of those days for cruise cam. I don't quite know why, but sometimes it just gets stuck. Can't pick up. I don't think there's enough internet bandwidth at my current location to really get cruise cam working. Oh, fiddlesticks. Oh, there we go. Back just in the nick of time. I think we should see the Sky Princess on the right-hand side of our screen shortly. We can't. Can we see her on Netley Cam? Yeah, it's hard to tell, isn't it? Oh, crikey. I'll have a quick look at the chat to see what's going on in the chat there. Boy, there will be film. Ah, yes, sorry to hear about the drone. Yeah, I know. I think it was. It wasn't a bird strike. I've lost one due to an oyster catcher. I'll mention those again. Wasn't a bird strike because it was flying well, and then just started to dive. The nose went down, and I couldn't bring it up, and then it came up with very quickly with a critical battery warming, and then a system error, and then, well, all I could saw on the screen was water. Not really very useful, was it? No, we should see Disney Dream shortly. No, sorry, no, not Disney Dream. The other one, the Sky Princess. I don't even think we can see her on Netlycam. Ahoy there, Radford Junction Railways, on board Sky Princess. Oh, well, I was going to say give us a wave, but I understand if you are reluctant to go out onto deck. What with, here we go, here's the tugs, and here's Sky Princess. Look at that wind. See, this is unusual. We don't normally see the tugs taking the ships all the way out. But look at the wind. Horrendous. Yes, and there's a few shipmates out on the balcony. Brave souls, excellent. Well, if I think it was Radford Railways or something. Something Radford Junction. I'm on deck with a big Union Jack flag. Aha, right, good job, shipmate. Well, thank you for that. I was just about to ask, where are you? Let's have a look. Can I see? Oof. You're certainly a brave shipmate. Can anyone see any Union Jack flags? Not sure I can see any. If I'm honest, I can't really see a great deal. I wonder if he's up on top. Anything up here? No, it's just misty, murky rain. Oh, look at that. It's miserable. Oh, the camera's focusing. Oh, it's having trouble. Looks like the camera's had one too many. There we go. Gotcha, shipmate. Well, excellent location there. Right above the Sky Princess name. Look at that. Oh, he's having trouble. There's so much wind out there. He's having trouble getting his Union Jack flying upwards. What crazy weather. Well done, shipmate. 10 out of 10 for effort there, and a bit of a wave. Perfect. That's a very impressive, shipmate. I've got to give you bonus points for enduring the awful weather. Oh, hi there, Penny Nurse. Welcome aboard, shipmate. Many thanks for subscribing. Oh, this murky weather is causing the camera all sorts of issues trying to focus. It's amazing because you can't really see anything, can you? It's just like a wall of grey. It's like being in a school. Hi there, Becky Octoby. Welcome aboard, shipmate. You've joined us watching the Regal Princess making her way through the gloom of the port of Southampton, departing. Oh, where is she departing to? Actually, that's a very good point. Oh, theme park screamers, welcome aboard, shipmates. I've got a whole lot of subscribers today. Welcome. Unfortunately, you haven't joined us on the best of weather conditions. As you can see, it is very murky out there. We've had one waiver on Sky Princess with the Union Jack. Braved the elements. His Union Jack was blowing upwards. And you can see that even the tug there is still attached. Come on, focus, camera. His Union tug is still attached. It's such awful weather. And we'll just about to disappear. See Sky Princess disappear behind Iona. And I'll have a quick check on the map and see if Disney Dream... Looks like Disney Dream might be on the move. Not sure. I anticipated that we would have some difficulties with vision this evening, shipmates. There we go. You can vaguely see Sky Princess there. There we go. She is just passing. Look at that. It's just awful. The camera's blowing all over the place. It's not what we expected on what should be a rather lovely day here in July. Look, we got New Frontier. She looks like she's being tugged around as well. She is the bunkering vessel for Iona. She obviously decided she needed to get out of the way. We've got a red funnel ferry coming in as well. A couple of tugs. My word, it's like Piccadilly Circus, isn't it? Very busy at the moment. Very busy indeed. We don't normally see Frontier. I mean, I'd hasten to say that New Frontier is not in a good location there. It's on the mouth of the River Itchen. She's the bunkering vessel that comes over from Holland to fill up Avia and Iona. Both of them are LNG-powered ships. There is Iona in port at the moment. Let's have a quick look, shall we, and see what our little Disney Dream's up to, shall we? Quick look at the map. Disney Dream up. She's got Lomax and Spitzer Ferriby on the tugs, but not much happening. I'm going to go back to Itchingham. It's very reduced visibility. I'll tell you what, shipmates, before I lost my drone to Davy Jones's locker, I did manage to get some footage. So I shall run the VT in a second. Let's see if I can get the cameras working, because also the cameras appear to be grumping out on me as well. Come on, Netlycam. No, that's just not working either. I have a feeling the Netley has a Wi-Fi link to the camera, and I suspect it's just not good enough in this sort of weather. It's obviously taking down the signal. We'll have a quick look on Netlycam. There we go. It's awful down there, isn't it? Well, anyway. Why don't I run some footage from this morning? Or perhaps not. Come on. There we go. This was Disney Dream arriving in port this morning. It's looking rather spectacular. You can see what I mean about those clouds in the background. Some very dramatic looking skylines with dark clouds and white fluffy bits and a little bit of colour coming through in the morning. I think particularly amazing, but certainly quite interesting. I have to say, I quite like the design of the Disney Dream ship. My first time seeing Disney Dream reminds me somewhat of the Disney Magic that we saw in last year, or the year before now, perhaps. I expected the Disney ships to be, if I'm honest, quite garish and over the top. They've got very elegant lines, somewhat reminiscent of Queen Mary 2, with the dark hull and the yellow detailing and the yellow lifeboats, which is unusual. We'd normally see orange lifeboats. Yellow anchor, lovely pinstriping. The name Disney Dream there, just up on the bow. There's some very fine detailing. I don't know if you can see just in front of the bridge on that flat deck area. It looks like just about see the 3 circles of Mickey Mouse, the same logo that's on the funnels. You can see there Iona is already in port. She berthed slightly earlier, and Sky Princess had also berthed. Disney Dream was the last ship to berth. Ahoy there, Brian Hernandez. Welcome aboard, shipmate. Many thanks for subscribing. Disney Dream is getting on for about coming up to 13 years old. 130,000 gross tons. Has a capacity of 2,500 passengers, up to a maximum of 4,000 if you fully occupy all the cabins. Crew of 1,458. Certainly, I would say an elegant, very pointy bow. Pointy front there. Oh, there's shipmate Chloe Page. Welcome aboard, shipmate. Mate, thanks for subscribing. As you can see, it was quite calm this morning. I managed to get to the droning in before it rained, but unfortunately not before I lost the drone. Unusually, I don't normally go for straight-on shots here, but I thought I'd come down here and take a couple of photos. So that's me just twiddling the drone. I haven't edited this footage yet. I was just taking it right off the drone. Well, right off the phone, actually, because obviously I lost the drone. So this is just straight off the phone. And there we go. You can really see the yellow and all that. See that detailing right on the bow, all those little fiddly bits. The yellow anchor as well. Very unusual. And I would say that's got to be one of the pointiest bows I have seen on a ship. Can't think of anything that's got a pointier bow than... I think Disney Magic also had a pointy bow. It does make for some really good photographs. If you get quite close, you get quite a high level of pointiness in your picture, if that makes sense. That's a better word than that. Depth. Depth, I think that's what I'm looking for. Oh, ahoy there, shipmate Emma Ball. Many thanks for subscribing. Welcome aboard. There you go. You can really see at the cut of that. I mean, there's meters and meters of bow there. Disney Dream. You can see that on the side. That yellow stripe runs all the way down to the stern. Ahoy there, Kyle Hedman. Welcome aboard, shipmates. I was going down to the stern here to have a look at, because I quite like the details they have on the stern. Notice there's a big screen up on top. It looks to be some sort of flue ride going across the top. Quite cleverly hidden. I didn't notice that at first when I was at some distance away. Ahoy there, Joey Price. Welcome aboard, shipmates. Not many people on board. It looks to me like no one was out on their balcony. Nobody at all. I think there was one person. Yeah, there's one person. A couple of people there up on deck. Up at the top. Just enjoying the view arriving at Port Southampton. You can see Sky Princess, your top right-hand corner there. She went to the upper swing ground, swung around and came back and she was tying up. And now we get to the stern. The stern's elegant as well. Instead of being very blocky and vertical, it has an elegant swept back design with lots of sort of like a Venetian ribbing, I suppose I might say, giving it sort of a layered terraced effect. It's very smart. So you can see that there, really. Oh, and there we go. Didn't actually lose the drone just then. It headed forward and dived into the water with a splosh, never to be seen again. Well, I could show you what we have on Itching Cam, and it's called Spot the Cruise Ship. Now, if you could spot it, you're probably a better shipmate than I am. Oh, no, yeah, I can see it. I can see it. Oh, what horrible conditions. Horrible conditions. I could barely see anything. So, let's go back to Cruise Cam, because at least we can see something on Cruise Cam. Boy, there, shipmate Billy TDE. Many thanks for your kind donation. She says, sorry about the drone. Fantastic footage there. Yeah, thank you very much. I shall put your donation towards a new one. I thought, can't be without a drone. Where would I be without a drone? I'm droneless. And let's have a quick look at the map. And it appears that Disney Dream is still on the dock. Oh, Tuglomax is moving. Tug Fitz's Ferriby is just there as well. And I say we had Disney Dream and Sky Princess both due to leave at 5. Actually, Sky Princess was due to leave at 4. She's left a bit late. And Iona is leaving at 5:45, which is very odd. That doesn't normally happen. Normally 6 o'clock. All over the place today, shipmates. Boy there, Martin Evans says, what happened to the drone? Well, it just fell out of the sky. I lost one previously to a bird strike. Oh, many thanks, shipmate Millie TDE, for your kind donation. Yeah, I lost one previously when a oyster catcher hit it. I wasn't an oyster catcher this time. Nothing hits me. I was flying along and it just started to dive down and started to head forwards faster and faster. I couldn't control it. I then briefly saw something about a critical battery warning, which is odd because it was on 50% charge. And then there was a critical error warning. And then the next thing I saw was water. And that was it. It's just awful weather out there. Awful, awful. Yeah, let's have a look. What have we got on cows? Have we got from cows? That's the ferry going past. Look at the wind as well. At least the wind. What's happening with the wind? Nope, that's the map. Here's the wind. We're still gusting of around 30 knots. That's pretty high. Humidity's got to be around 100%, I would think. And we're just waiting for Disney Dream, although at this rate we might see Iona. A close call. In fact, I'm surprised Iona doesn't have tugs as well. Well, let me check on the map. Maybe Iona. Ah, yes. The tugs are going into Iona. Ah, we could see Iona depart first, although I thought they'd get Disney Dream going first. Maybe they're just waiting for... Maybe they're just waiting for Sky Princess to make some way down the water. Hi there, shipmate, a life in parks. Says just off Iona this morning after an incredible but wet Norway trip. Oh, hi there, babes on 54. Many thanks for becoming a membership, babe. Gonna have to zoom in on something a little more interesting, I think. Oh, hi there, shipmate Chris Howard with a £25 donation. Many thanks, shipmate. Chris Howard says, what make drone was it? It was a DJI Mavic 2. The first one I lost was a DJI Mavic, and now I've lost a DJI Mavic 2. Don't really want to make a habit of this. No, never mind. Cruise Monkeys are in the chat as well. Ahoy there, Cruise Monkeys. Apparently they had a wet Norway as well. What do we have here? We have... it's not getting any better, is it? No, still looking pretty windy. Can't even see any more cruise ships. Plenty of yachts milling about. Maybe from spectating out in the Fastnet. What can we see over in Cowes? Just look at that. Looks really windy over in Cowes and very poor visibility over there as well. Let's have a quick look on that map. I would think... What do you think, shipmates? Lomax has moved a bit. Could be on the move. Difficult to tell. And then if we look down here on Iona, we also have tugs down on Iona as well. We have the Spitzer Eastern and the Spitzer Mercurius. So one of those days, if the wind in port is above, I think normally it's about 20-25 knots, then there will be tugs. They're quite large vessels and I don't really want them to be blown around. The safety, the tugs come out. There we go. There's one of the tugs there at the stern of Iona. Let's have a zoom in while we can. See if the camera will focus. Maybe. Yep, there we go. I can still see plenty of lines out. That looks like Mercurius. Not that I'm reading it off the front there. But I think that's Mercurius. She'll be attaching some lines to Iona and helping her nudge back. Probably not doing a great deal. They're more for safety. If something happens to go awry or there's a massive great gust of wind and the cruise ship can't respond quickly enough, the tug can pull up the slack. Make sure a disaster is averted. Nothing worse than crashing into something while you're in port, is there? Let's have a look. Anyone up on deck? Oh, no, there's a few people up on deck. Not many out in their balconies. Cautious travellers today. Just waiting for Disney Dream, shipmates. I would think she's almost ready to go because the tugs are now definitely look like they're ready to assist Disney Dream away from the side. She'll probably come down to the middle swing ground. You can see in that bottom right-hand corner of the screen. She'll come down to the middle swing ground and spin around. That's probably why she needs the tugs more than anything, just to make sure they've got complete control of the ship as she spins round. I think the weather is it's not getting better, is it? Is the weather doing now? It's still gusting, yeah, and high 30 knots. Tide is high at the moment. And, yep, it's still pretty windy from the west-southwest. Hoy there, Theme Park Screamers says they'll be on Dream for the first time in a little over 5 weeks. Excellent shipmate. Where are you off to? Let us know where your destination is on Disney Dream. I must get you on board, Cruise Monkeys. Though Cruise Monkeys have the largest hands in the cruising world. Hoy there, shipmate One Ray Pengelly. Welcome aboard. Often when we see departures from the port of Southampton and the Cruise Monkeys are on there, they've got these big yellow foam hands. Make it very easy to spot them. So yeah, let's get you on a live stream and you can fill us in on your journeys and travels. I'm sure lots of shipmates would like to know what you've been up to. It was the Fastnet race today, which, if you happen to be looking on Cow's Cam, there were a whole lot of yachts out there. Fastnet race started in Cowes on the Isle of Wight, heads all the way down to the Fastnet Lighthouse. And then they go call in at Plymouth. In fact, I would think that it doesn't look like they've got very far. I can show you the mass of racers. The wind is probably making it quite an arduous journey. Let's have a look. There we go. So these are all the racing yachts. They're all racing down. Look at them, hundreds and hundreds of them. Got some really fancy ones at the front here. Yeah, here you go. Here's your proper racing ones. All different classes. I mean, some of these guys look doing 11 knots. They're very impressive. 14.6 knots. There's a helicopter there as well, probably taking some video, but I'm not going to have the best of conditions, fortunately. Often has problems with the Fastnet race. 1979, in fact, we were talking about this earlier with my father. He says that he remembers the 1979 Fastnet race. It was very stormy conditions. Unfortunately, lots of shipmates met their peril. It's a treacherous race down to the Fastnet. Hoy there, shipmate Mark Weedman says we're sailing on Disney Dream 11 days' time. Out of Copenhagen, final destination of this current Disney cruise. Aha. Sailing out of Copenhagen. There was another theme park. Someone else. Anyway. I tried to see where someone else said off on Disney Dream September. Northern European cruise for someone else. A lot of Disney Dream sailors out there. Some shipmate VMs asking when Disney Dream is leaving. Any moment now, shipmates. You should have left at 5 o'clock. She appears to be delayed at the moment. Oh, there's shipmate addicted to Disney. I think you have an appropriate name there. We are on a Disney Dream doing 2 back-to-back sailings. La Rochelle and then Bilbao. Shipmate James Taylor has just come off a wet Norway, but Oldham was stunning, not long home to sunny Norfolk. Yeah, pretty awful out there, isn't it? Shipmate R. Kitch says the shout out to the Cruise Monkeys and the Cruise Boys. Their vlogs convinced him and his girlfriend on a cruise early this year. 2 more booked as well. Excellent. Shipmate Elizabeth Leeborn says, sorry to hear about my drone. What happened? I just fell out of the sky, shipmate. I'm not entirely sure. Some technical fault. Probably, I mean, if it was on land, it would have just crashed into the ground and probably smashed itself. So probably didn't make a lot of difference, although I might have been able to recover most of the drone and work out why there was a problem with it. But never mind. These things are sent to try us, but already had a couple of generous donations in the chat, so thank you for that. I shall put that towards a new drone ASAP, although not likely to be flying it today. Well, I could probably go back and show you. Here we go. This is Disney Dream from this morning when she arrived just before I lost my drone. Shipmate James Taylor says, don't DJI cover equipment failure? Yes, they do. I suspect the problem is I would be difficult to prove it was equipment failure because I can't recover the drone itself to say that it was a failure, and all the logs are recorded on the drone as far as I know. Could be wrong. And also I don't have DJI cover. It's out of date. Shipmate Millie TD says they'll be seeing Disney Dream in Liverpool during her British Isles cruise. Lots of lines there hanging out of the bow Disney Dream, ready for the shipmates on the quayside to grab hold of them and tie her up. Shipmate Moses on the moves. Hopes his parents can see the Dream in Zeebrugge as well. Not sure what the weather's like in northern France. I can't imagine it's a lot different. Oh, I've just noticed there's people going for a run around the track down there. I didn't notice that before. Very keen, isn't it? Shipmate Disney Girls 13 says, say hi to my mum, Yvonne. She sat watching on the phone while eating a tea. Hi, Yvonne. Hope you enjoy your tea. Moses on the Move says, she's so pretty. I agree. Got to be one of the more elegant cruise ships on the water. Disney Magic was also very pretty as well. Shipmate Alive in the Parks says they loved Olden as well. Talk about the trips to Norway. Oh, shipmate Chris Shipping says Disney Dream playing a horn. Aha, she's obviously on the move. You have to tell us, shipmate, what tune is Disney Dream playing? This is when she came in first thing this morning. I can see that's quite a pretty sky this morning. Lots of lovely clouds. I don't normally show drone footage, but the problem with the weather conditions at the moment is, well, it's just awful. Barely see anything. Sounds like Disney Dream is on the move. Theme Park Screamers says Disney Dream has singled up. This is excellent. This is all good information. So it looks like Disney Dream might head out ahead of Iona. I should probably go and have a look at Iona, shouldn't I, really? Don't feel very organised today. Just had one of those days. It's been a bit unsettling losing my drone first thing this morning. No, nothing going on in Iona. I think they'll let Disney Dream go first. Disney Dream has the Walt Disney Theatre on board with a capacity of 1,340 people. It shows live original productions. The Buena Vista Theatre capacity is 399. That's for motion pictures. Or the talkies, as some of you may remember. Well, apparently, the Disney Dream has a rotational dining concept. Every night of a Disney Dream cruise, guests use a different restaurant. This is called rotational dining. On a Disney ship, guests rotate along with their servers, which helps develop the relationship between diner and wait staff. Oh, yeah, that's been making it a bit wobbly there with the drone. It wasn't indicative of the crash. I was just lining up. It was quite a calm morning first thing, and then it just started raining when one innovation arrived, the Ocean Network Express container ship, first time into Port of Southampton, second largest container ship in the world, or second largest one ship, not sure. But she arrived this morning. I was hoping there might be a water salute, but unfortunately it wasn't. So I just got wet at the end of Town Quay Pier for all your amusement. I did record with a still camera. I was going to take the drone up, but obviously the drone is no more. That is that, shipmates. That was from earlier. Aha, looks like we have shipmates out on the well deck on Iona. Iona is now 4 minutes late. Oh, lines are coming in, so she's singling up as well. That's good to see. We then also have Disney Dream on the move, so I imagine the tugs are going to tow her down to the middle swing ground here. You can see that. There you go. There's the middle swing ground. The tugs will tow her backwards to the middle swing ground, would be my guess. And then she'll be heading out. And here's the lines coming in from Iona. She'll be sinking up. I think she's got tugs aiding her as well. Let me just check. Yeah, there's definitely tugs there. Got Svitzer Eastern and Svitzer Mercurius ready to help give us a hand. We're not going to have a great deal of coverage this evening, shipmates, because even our other camera, like Netley Cam, I can't see a great deal from there. The birds are enjoying the wind, aren't they? Glad someone's enjoying it. Itchin Cam. Yeah, it's still pretty wobbly and foggy, misty over there. What's going on in Cowes? Aha, there we go. That's the Ro-Ro that departed earlier, the Orion Highway. One advantage of the K-line ships is the bright white and red configuration of the hull. Yeah, means you can clearly see them from some distance. Ideal on a day like today. Just quick check-in on Iona. No, just one line went in. I'm surprised they're taking lines in, considering Disney Dream's some distance away. Maybe just the odd one. Getting ready. Keep an eye on Orion Highway. There's a good chance we'll see Sky Princess. Sky Princess is actually just rounding Cowshot Spit, so she'll be on Cow's Cam shortly, I would say. So we'll keep an eye out for her, because we didn't really see much of her on the cameras in port, did we? Not seeing much of anything at the moment. Camera's not working. That's okay. Let's get this one working. Is that one working? Oh dear. It's all a bit... I do wonder if the cameras don't like the wet weather. They seem to get the hump. What would be the best way I'd describe that? There we go. There's a couple of shipmates there on the well deck on Iona. And we are just going to be waiting for Disney Dream, which doesn't really appear to be going anywhere very fast at the moment. It's come away a little bit from the quayside, but I imagine she's going to reverse down to the middle swing round. Keep an eye out for that. Ahoy there, shipmate A. Helia. Welcome aboard. Many thanks for subscribing. Oh, there's more lines coming in on Iona. Well, perhaps Iona's going to depart first then. Perhaps they're just holding station. Unless they're going to the upper swing ground. This is a bit unusual. I've not really had something like this before. Weather does lend an unusual pattern to the movements in port. Hoy there, shipmate Penfold Gaming says, do I have an office where you can send me things or a PO box? Oh, that's a good idea. Probably. I don't have a PO box. You can drop me an email and I'll send you an address to send me something. If you, it's a captain@ahoyshipmate.com. That'll get to me, and I shall drop you an email of where you can send me something. Very kind of you. Oh, more lines. Oh, looks more lines going. I'm going to suggest that Iona is going to depart before Disney Dream. Yeah, Disney. It looks like Disney Dream is moving further up. I wonder if they're going to the upper swing ground. Let's have a look. If I show you the map, can you see that? Once you see it says One Innovation, where this is the upper swing. There you go, upper swing ground. So I think Disney Dream is going to the upper swing ground, to spin round, and then come out past the middle swing ground, and then past our cameras and off out. Whereas Iona will just reverse straight out here into the lower swing ground and head off out. Unusual, but probably due to the weather. Those lines coming in. Yeah, they're all coming in. With these, what sort of wind speeds are we looking at the moment? We're still looking at, that 30 knots of wind speed. I think Iona's going to depart first. Especially as she's already 10 minutes late. Captain won't be very impressed with that. Boy there, shipmate Ian Cruise Guy. This is great to hear the commentary. Well, thank you, shipmate. Haven't seen you around in the channel for a while. Oh, shipmate Robert Leyland says, we're originally told we'd be leaving at 1 AM, so to leave an hour earlier, delay caused us to have a lot shorter time in Stavanger. Aha! I think Robert's talking about the trip on Iona last week. Iona didn't leave port until 1 o'clock in the morning due to the heavy wind. So that was Saturday as well, wasn't it? This is the sort of second Saturday in a row that the weather has been really windy. And you would have thought for this time of year, it would be better. It's certainly messed up my boating. I was hoping to be out on the water this weekend. I was planning on going over and watching the yachts for the Fastnet race, but like I say, I don't really want to. I'm a bit of a fair weather sailor. I don't like my rum to be watered down with rainwater and sea spray. Although saying that, I did try some rum the other day that came from, I think it was Welsh. It was either Welsh or Cornish. I think it was Welsh. And it had a bit of seaweed and salt in it. Very, very pleasant. Shipmate Beth Ogden Vincent says Norway cruises are another beast. 15-metre swells in February. Gosh, you'd know about that. 15-metre swells, wouldn't you? That is a lot of swell. I'm going to just check the other end of Iona. Let's have a look. See if we can see the tug down there. Well, there's a few people out on their balconies. Is it clearing up? Is it still raining? Still really windy, I can tell you that. Oh, look at that. Yeah, that's definitely windy. There's a windsock at the end of the dock there, and you can, that's always a good indication. Oh, still quite a few lines on the stern of Iona. I don't normally come in to watch the lines on the stern. There you can see some shipmates on shore there, ready to dispatch the lines. And there's a couple of shipmates poking their heads out the little hatches here and there. There we go. I'll zoom in so we can see the... There we go. He's just in there, sort of top right-hand corner, blue with a little white helmet on. Right next to a CCTV camera as well. Maybe they could patch me in. We could get some on-board footage from Iona. Let's have a quick look. I think we might be... Regal Sky Princess is just passing Bramble Bank. Oops, no, wrong one. There we go. That's that one. So she's passing Bramble Bank. Now, Bramble Bank's this thing here. That's Sky Princess. That's where we're going to play cricket at the end of August or September. All the ships have to go around it. Otherwise, they'll run aground. So when the Sky Princess is around here, we'll probably see her on Cow's Cab. That's if we don't have some more activity down this end of port. Oh, and there go the lines on the stern. Yep, the shipmate's sticking his head out. And there you go, you can just see her moving ever so gently forward. Almost instantaneously. I wonder if that's the wind. There's a lot of force with the wind. There you go, there's the tug on the stern. The Fitz Mercurius, I think, if memory serves me correctly. To wait till enough the tug comes past so I can read the name off the side. Shipmates there on the walkie-talkies. Looks like they've taken some more lines in. Yeah, the Fitz Mercurius. I knew I could read. Looks like just the last line or two coming in while they're moving. I'm pretty sure the wind is causing them a certain amount of, not difficulty, but unusual conditions. There we go. Look, there's those big, thick lines. There's one of the cruise ships the other week was somewhere, and they snapped a whole lot of lines, even though they look quite strong. Can be weak. Oh, looks like she's going forward again now. Look at those trees blowing around. Well, we had one waiver on Sky Princess. He had his Union Jack out. It was flying up. Not sure we'll get any waivers on Iona. Saying that, I can see a shipmate on their balcony. We have anyone in the chat who is on Iona today? Shipmate Cruise Boy says, is Sky Princess going out a different way than usual? No, shipmate going the same way. They all go the same way. None of the big ships go through the Needles Gap. Some of the smaller ones do occasionally. Looks like Iona is still going forwards. Probably trying to get it away from the dock, but with the winds probably causing it a bit of difficulty in navigating. Or manoeuvring, probably, I should say. Let's have a quick look on Cow's Cam. No, no Sky Princess yet, just still windy though. And Disney Dream is now, she's right up there, coming up to the upper swing ground. There you go, you can see her. She'll be turning, I would think, anti-clockwise. It seems to be the tradition, anti-clockwise. And there we go. Now we're going in a direction that everyone wants, going backwards. Look at the tension on that line from Mercurius. You can tell when the tugs are working hard. You can see the heat haze coming out of the funnels and the exhausts. But I suspect Iona is doing most of the work. The tugs are there just for security. Surprisingly, quite a few people out on their balconies. Maybe getting a breath of fresh air, build up an appetite before hitting the buffet. Saying that's where they are on the port side, they're probably fairly well protected from the weather. So it wouldn't be so bad, although it is... Let's have a look, it is only 15.4 C, so it's not the best of weathers. Shipmate Elizabeth Leibon says she could smell awful smoke last night. I think maybe talking about there was a fire down the docks again. Theme Park Screamer says Dream is underway using engines. Yeah, we got that. World of 360 asks who's the captain on Iona this week. I don't know, shipmate. Oh, looks like I got a waiver. Did I see that? Oh, I think there's a waiver. Wasn't expecting a waiver. Oh, looks like he's got a device. There we go. I think the penny has dropped. Oh, enthusiastic waiver. Also well prepared. Look at that. He's got a winter coat in the middle of July. Once he realises this is Britain, our summers can be somewhat unpredictable. Maybe he's just prepared for the Norwegian fields. Jolly good, shipmate. Many thanks for that. He's going to check his device now. Oh, there's shipmate Jake Chang. Many thanks for subscribing. Welcome aboard. Yes, I'm not sure I would have been prepared enough to bring my winter coat with me. I didn't even take my winter coat with me when I went on Iona back in March or April. Quite a few people out on their balconies, taking photographs, waving to the camera. Oh, there's another waiver. Very highly visible Barbie pink t-shirt. People pointing. There is quite a delay from you being on the camera to seeing it on your device. So sometimes that's why people look like they're ignoring the camera. It's just that there's probably about a 20 or 30 second delay as the signal goes via the YouTube servers and is streamed out to your device. No, no more waving. They obviously thought it was too cold. It's like a chap there up on the top. He's got a t-shirt on. Shipmate Moses on the move suggests that the people wearing t-shirts are Brits. Yeah, do you know what? You're probably right. My thoughts are they're probably from the north of England as well, probably from Newcastle, because they're very hardy up there. They don't wear a coat unless it's minus 10 or something. Oi there, shipmate. Hash still. Welcome aboard. Shipmate Stephen D. Roberts says was on the front with a bright green scarf. All right, shipmate. We'll keep a look. Is it under the bridge? On the front with a bright green scarf. I missed it now. Where's it gone? Oh, zoom in on the front under the bridge. Hoping to see kids. All right. Oh, there's a big slow wave there. Who's the slow wave? That was very, very visible. Now I've lost it. Someone on the phone talking to someone back in their warm home. Maybe in their lounge with a suitably warm rum-based coffee cocktail. Oh, he's definitely waving. Maybe I think someone is telling him, yep, you're on TV, buddy. There we go. I like that. That's a good swinging action there, shipmate. Well done. Excellent. We've got a couple more people that need to be towards the front, so I hear. Under the bridge. Someone with the green scarf. I like the sound of the green scarf. That sounds like that might be fairly easy to spot. You do appreciate how big Iona is. Now she's like drifting past quite slowly. I think she's pulling out slower than usual. Probably being a bit more cautious with the wind. You realise how big Iona is when you see so many cabins and balconies. Designs with the modern cruise ships tend to have more balconies than they do inside cabins. Right, so let's look for this. There's something about children and a green scarf. Let's have a look, see what the people are saying in the chat. I think I've missed it. Now, yeah, someone says on the front under the bridge and the green scarf. These could be someone's about children. I wonder if these are the children here. Could be children. What do you think? They're wearing hoodies. Children just seem to me to wear hoodies. The youth up to no good with their hoodies on. Oi there, shipmate Corsair Nutter 1. Welcome aboard. I'm still looking for this green scarf. Let's have a look under the bridge. Oh, I can see some small people under the bridge. Perhaps that's the ones. Oh, I see, no, that's a green umbrella. Maybe it was the green umbrella. Maybe it was lost in translation. Well, there's quite a few people underneath the bridge there. How dark it looks, though. It's only 6:10 in the evening. You'd expect it to be lovely and bright. But it's so miserable out there. Overcast, misty, foggy. I think probably that's fulfilled our requirement of spotting young people under the bridge. I can't do better than that. Someone's gesticulating with their finger. I think he might be saying, there's the camera over that way. Oh, I think that's a green umbrella and a green scarf. Oh, quick, better get over there. Oh, there, shipmate Guillermo Gonzalez. Welcome aboard. I can see your green scarf, shipmates. It does indeed look green. I say it's got sort of chartreuse colour to it. You are hiding under the umbrella. I'd imagine as you're turning now into the elements, it's going to be quite unpleasant at the bow. Well done, though, shipmates. A colourful flash of green for today's departure. Oh, we've got half a body and an arm waving. Oh, they're all at it today. Oh, lots of raincoats. Ugh. Look at the seagulls enjoying the wind. I think they're the only people enjoying the wind today. Iona's off on a 7-night voyage to the fjords. Hope everyone's packed wet weather gear and a warm winter coat for this summery July cruise. Oh dear. You can see the wind though. Look at the trees just blowing all over the place. Iona's just backing out. She'll head on out. Have a quick look at the map a second. Let's see how Disney Dream's getting on. Oh, yeah. Disney Dream has now turned around. She's pointed the other way, heading in the right direction, as we would say. And she's just about to start her way down towards the middle swing ground and head towards Iona. Here's Iona here. She's on her turn as well. Hi there, shipmate Carrots05. Are you friends with our excellent blue spanner Etienne by any chance? He's the carrot master on this channel. Shipmate Nicky Wilson asked, is Mayflower Park busy? Good question. Is there someone down in Mayflower Park? Normally, there's a Disney ship departing, it gets very busy down in Mayflower Park, but I'm wondering if the weather's putting people off. Because the best place, of course, to watch the departures of the cruise ships is, of course, the Solent Ships YouTube channel. TCC is remarking that the waivers are really busy today. Really brave. In Greece, we have some busy, brave waivers, that's right. Shipmate Chris Shipping says, not very busy in Mayflower Park. Hardly surprising. No, I'm sure the weather in Mayflower Park is equally abhorrent. Quick look. I wonder if we have... No. I'm just seeing if we had... I think I might have missed Sky Princess. Yes, I've missed Sky Princess on Cow's Cam. Shipmate Mark Roberts says the couple with the green scarf are my parents, Michelle and Stephen. Excellent. Well, we certainly spotted them. Hope they didn't get too wet out there on the bow. It looks like they had a fantastic cabin there, shipmate. Right up on the bow, we'll have a lovely view going down into the fjords. Shipmate Disney Girls 13. Hi there, shipmate Anthony Mills. Welcome aboard. Many thanks for subscribing. Shipmate Disney Girls 13 says, really enjoying the commentary today, as it was too wet to go down and watch Disney Dream go out. But there will be a next time. I agree, shipmate. Yes, I think a day like today, the sensible move would be to watch Solent Ships YouTube channel. If the weather conditions are better, I'd get yourself down to Mayflower Park. There's that lovely little fish and chip shop down there. There's also Scooby's Ice Creams. You know, can sort you out with all your confectionery and fish and chip needs. Have a quick look now that Iona is almost off the screen. Have a quick look at the map. Disney Dream still not really gone anywhere. I think they're just holding stations Probably waiting for Iona to move out. Iona will be on, see, not quite straight yet. She'll be on the straight soon. What's that? Oh, I think it might be clearing up a little. I can actually see a little more on Netley Cam now. What can we see on Itching Cam? Yeah, I would say it says visibility is improving. It's like out on the Solent. Oh, we can almost see land. Plenty of wind, of course. Where are we gusting at? Still gusting over 30 knots, so very windy. So it's very brave of all those shipmates to be out there on a deck waving today. Shipmate Double D says, travelling on Iona in September, hoping that the weather will be better than it is today. I hope so, shipmate. I've just been unlucky the last couple of days. Shipmate Elizabeth G says, have you noticed we now have 46,000 subscribers? Well, I didn't notice at all, shipmate. Well done. That's excellent. Shipmate Judy Hendry says, where's the fish and chip shop at Mayflower Park? Just as you enter into Mayflower Park, on the right-hand side is a little cafe. They supply all your various refreshment needs, soft drinks, tea, coffee, ice cream. And they used to do fish and chips, so I haven't been for a while. So I suppose I should check to make sure they still sell fish and chips. If not, the closest one is probably Mike's Fish and Chips over on Queensway. He's very good. He's a very generous man. Still have tugs in assistance here. As you can see the tug Mercurius there, keeping Iona on the straight and narrow. A little chaperoning. Oh no, it's Eastern, not Mercurius. Oh, I couldn't read. Still plenty of shipmates out on their balconies. They're being on the leeward side of the wind, though. They're probably not experiencing the elements, unlike our shipmates' parents who are right out on the bow and probably experiencing lots of wind whipping around the front of Iona. Yeah, there's a good number of shipmates out on the balconies. Very impressive. Maybe it's just to build up that appetite for the buffet with the fresh, salty air blowing through your gills. Hi there, shipmate Nulla 0806. Welcome aboard, shipmate. Many thanks for subscribing. Have a quick look. It looks like there's a few brave souls in the hot tubs up on the deck. But then I guess if you are in the hot tub, you're wet anyway. So what does it matter if it's raining? Just one. Hi there, shipmate Madeline Marson. Many thanks for subscribing. Yeah, there's one there. One shipmate there. I kind of see people in hoodies. Yeah, it's not normally. Normally, when we see the ships depart, there is a lot of people out on the deck here. The Sunset Bar, I think it is, has an excellent view. Get yourself a rum-based cocktail. Enjoy the wonderful views of the Port of Southampton. Not today, however. It'll be the various grey shades of the Port of Southampton. Never mind. You can just see the wind in the trees there. Well, that's a successful departure for Iona. Didn't hit anything. Didn't crash into the dock. All passengers setting off on a 7-night cruise to the Norwegian fjords. Probably going to tuck into that buffet shortly. Have a quick look on the map while you're watching Iona depart. Ah, yes, Disney Cruise. I know this is the one you're all here for. She is on the way. I would estimate Disney Dream to be on screen in about 7 to 10 minutes. Does it me? Does it look like Iona's listing? Oh, that's moving. I can see it. Wow. Now that's the wind. Oh, that's the wind causing Iona to rock. There we go. I saw her go from port to starboard. Wow, I can see the plimsoll line disappearing. Well, that is a lot of movement. Wow, that goes. You can see that, can't you? Can you see that? Or is it just me? Hi there, Kathleen Malice. Welcome aboard, shipmate. Many thanks for subscribing. Yeah, that's unusual. We don't normally see these ships move around like that. But with the 35 knot wind and the massive side of the ship, it is causing a problem. Or not a problem, a gentle rock. You might notice your cocktail's having a little slosh. Right, a quick look. I know you're all interested in Disney Dream. Disney Dream is that. No. Sky Princess, come on. Disney Dream. There you go. There's Disney Dream. Heading to Mayflower Park. This is the location approximately where my drone disappears into the water. Never to be seen again. Right. Oh, there's shipmate Richard Harwood. Many thanks for subscribing, shipmate. See one of the red funnel ferries coming back from the Isle of Wight. They will be experiencing the winds a lot more than you would be if you're on Iona. Much smaller vessel. Look at the size of that. Tiny. Not much bigger than the lifeboats. See if I can get Itching Cam to Netley Cam. Netley Cam unfortunately seems to be on the go slow. I'm suspecting it's probably due to the wind. Netley Cam is connected by a Wi-Fi link, and the Wi-Fi link does experience problems when the weather is foul. Weather is certainly foul today, isn't it? There it is. Just behind a blob. Blob time again. The advantage of the rain, however, is it does clean the camera lenses. The salt spray, if it haven't rained for a few days, the salt spray tends to collect on the lenses and makes them a little bit fuzzy, and then a good dose of rain washes it all off. Just following Iona down Southampton water. Visibility has improved. A while ago, we couldn't even see where the cruise ships were. There we go. See, there's the drops of rain clearing the lens. Disney Dream is on her way down. She'll be on screen, and I would think in about 5 minutes or so. Disney Dream is heading on a 10-night one-way cruise to Copenhagen. In Denmark via Cherbourg, Reykjavik, Ilsefjord, Akureyri and Elsland. Pretty sure those aren't how you pronounce some of those. I'm gonna have to, if I zoom in a bit, I think the effect of the raindrop is less. There we go. Looks like the weather's coming in. Oh, there's shipmate Annette H. Welcome aboard. We've had a good selection of waivers. We had a Union Jack on Sky Princess on the top deck, even though it was blowing it vertical the wrong way, blowing it up. That's how windy it was. Good effort from the shipmate there. We've had quite a few waivers on Iona, which I was surprised by. And a green scarf, a green umbrella. Very, very clearly visible on the bow. Looked a little windy, especially as Iona turned into the elements rather than being sheltered. It looked like we were getting a bit blustery. Oops, I've just knocked my microphone. There we go. Let's have a look. Disney Dream is fast approaching. Actually fast approaching Mayflower now. There we go. It's just coming to Mayflower. That's pretty much exactly the spot where I lost my drone. Fell into the water this morning at about 5:45 as I was droning Disney Dream. Reason unknown. I think the battery may have failed. Yeah, rather annoying. Never mind. Shipmate Steve M is talking about Amsterdam closing down its ports to cruisers. That's right, I saw that article as well. I have wondered if I should do a weekly news recap on all things maritime in the area. There's a lot of interesting ship news, cruise ship based and just generally ship based, and quite a lot of it's local as well. There's a demand for that. I might do a little weekly briefing. Shipmate John Hyde asks, how deep is the harbour in Southampton water? It's pretty deep, shipmate. It is deep enough that any vessel can come or go whatever the tide. It's typically dredged about 16-17 metres in port, and the ship's the deepest draft for about 16 metres, so it is clear. Shipmate Scott Viner says, very good idea of doing news update. Well, I might look into that. Requires a little bit of thought, but it might be entertaining. Shipmate Alexander Thyme asks, what ships go out tomorrow? Oh, good question. Shipmate. Let's have a little look. See if I can let you know what's going out tomorrow. Tomorrow we have 3 departures. Seven Seas Navigator, P&O's Avia, should be in 46th berth, and Queen Victoria. And that's 2 at 6 o'clock and 1 at 7:45. I won't be running a commentary tomorrow because I'm going to a Fizz Fest down in Hambledon to sample more than 20 Hampshire sparkling wines. I would imagine after I've spent the afternoon sampling over 20 Hampshire sparkling wines that my commentary won't be much use. And my ability to control the camera will equally be probably a bit wobbly. Disney Dream getting very close to being on camera shortly. So quick, have I got Netley Cam? I've got Netley Cam. Netley Cam. Oh, yeah, I think I can see the funnel. Yep, there's the funnel. If only I could control Netley Cam, we could have a better look. But the weather conditions mean that Netley Cam is refusing to be controlled. It's like a feisty teenager. Tell them to tidy their bedroom and they just don't do it, do they? Well, we'll get a really good view of Disney Dream on cruise cam shortly. We'll just keep following Iona. I think we're just a couple of minutes away, I would say. Maybe 3 minutes, 2.5, 3 minutes. What speed is Disney Dream going? Disney Dream is 7.6 knots. She's officially breaking the speed limit in port. Speed limit in port only 6 knots. But I have noticed when weather conditions are strong, they do tend to go a bit faster. The faster you go, it's slightly easier to control the vessels than if you go really slowly. The elements can have quite an effect. Shipmate Scott Finus says, we think we saw our son. Very happy. Excellent. John Hyde appreciates the information depth of the water. Andrew Monument suggests we arrest that captain. Yeah, I think we should. 7.6 knots. God, gosh. Shipmate Steve M says Dream is approaching Town Quay now. Excellent. I've got my beady eyes ready. When it's sunny out, you can actually see the shadow of the ship approaching first before you see the ship. But yeah, it's not exactly sunny out there. Imminently, shipmates, the next minute or two, I think we'll be seeing Dream. Oh, visibility has improved. Actually, there is visibility on one of the weathers somewhere. Nope, that's the map. Weather. One of the weathers does tell you what the visibility is. I might have to change it over from Dockhead. So we have Disney Dream on the right-hand side shortly. As you can see, she's just there, just passing the ocean terminal, or berth 46, heading towards Dockhead. And that looks to me like a tug, and that is the very pointy bow of the Disney Dream. Must say that Disney Dream is kept in really good shape. Can't see any sort of corrosion or rust. Everything looks sharp, brightly coloured. They must spend a lot of time working to keep her in a tip-top shape. Come on, camera. Camera's struggling to focus. There we go. There we go. And in case you're wondering, there we go. Disney Dream. It almost looks to me like it's slightly three-dimensional. Got some sort of depth to it. I didn't have an opportunity to see which character was on the stern. On the stern of all the Disney vessels, there is a character, or one of the Disney characters, painting the name of the ship. Unfortunately, my drone decided to drop into the water at that particular point. And feeling a bit miffed, I stopped off. Yellow lifeboats, unusual feature. They do match that pinstriping line that goes down the side, and the yellow anchor. There's also yellow details on the edge of the funnels as well. I'm not sure we're going to get a waiver from Disney Dream. Not many people out on their balconies either. I do wonder how many children there are on the Disney ships. I would imagine that a lot more children than we'd normally see. There we go. Let's have a look at the stern and see who is on the stern. Oh, that looks to me like a wizard. Very lovely stern as well. Oh, hang on, there's one on the side. Oh, that looks like the... I imagine those are characters from Fantasia. So that looks like the Mop and Bucket and Mickey Mouse. Originally, when Fantasia was released by Disney, it wasn't very successful. They thought they'd spent far too much money on something. They were never going to recoup their losses. Turned out to be very successful in the end. I wonder if... I think we can see Disney Dream leaning as well. She's got a slight list to port due to the wind blowing on the starboard side. One of the tugs is following. I think was that Lomax or Ferriby? One of the red jets there shooting over to the Isle of Wight. We'll lose sight of Disney Dream as she disappears behind one of these ro-ros. Southampton is, of course, a commercial port, so it's not just cruise ships here, all sorts. There's that red jet, and there's the bow I was talking about earlier. We saw that on my drone footage. Fantastic. What a pointy bow. I don't know that I have any information on the pointiness of bows of cruise ships, but Disney Dream has got to be up there with one of the pointiest. And it's a good thing. It's a pointy bow. Shipmate Katie asks, will I be commentating on Queen Mary 2 next Friday? We'll be on it and we'll wave. I don't know, shipmate. I will try. Sometimes I do a Friday, sometimes I don't. Shipmate Henry Cars just subscribed. Welcome aboard, shipmate. Glad to have you on board on this rather grey and gloomy day for the departure of Sky Princess, P&O's Iona, and Disney Dream. Disney Dream off on a 10-night one-way cruise. Not often we have one-way cruises. Most of them tend to be circular cruises. Interesting to see a one-way cruise. Luckily, I think we've just hit a bit of a gap in the weather window as well. It's cleared up slightly. Well, I hope you've all enjoyed that, shipmates. Things didn't go quite smoothly, but I think it's all pretty good. Got there eventually. The weather lifted. Visibility cleared up a little. I think we could have asked for any more. I'd just like to thank everyone who has subscribed. Apparently we're now over 46,000 subscribers. How about that? Fantastic. Thank you for the donations received, and thank you to all the PayPal donors and Patreons. And of course, thank you to the Blue Spanner crew, who do a fantastic job answering all your questions in the chat, and not just this chat, but also the chat on all the live streaming cameras. I don't think we're going to see a great deal of Disney Dream from here, because it's just getting a bit hazy, a bit misty. Hi there, Teresa Hodgetts. Welcome aboard, shipmate. Many thanks for subscribing. You can see the rain on the camera lens. I shall continue following the Disney Dream out, and if you haven't, do think about subscribing and then hit that notification bell. Then every time we go live, you'll be notified. I can't always guarantee when that'll be. Sometimes I get stuck somewhere out on the water normally. I don't get back into port in time. And other times I go live quite quickly if there's something interesting going on. But I should be off to Fizz Fest tomorrow down in Hamilton to enjoy more than 20 English sparkling wines from the fine county of Hampshire. I'll certainly be in no fit state to be live streaming tomorrow evening. Until next time, shipmates.